and the fire chief.
So the reason why we put that in there, that was a sticker.
I'd like to welcome everybody to our Bruce Township Board of Trustees meeting for August 20th, 2025. Get a roll call, please.
Supervisor Philbrook,
Here?
Clerk Kraft. Here. Treasurer DeGiorgio,
Excused.
Trustee Sakowicz,
Here.
Trustee Vincent.
Here. I'll stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Has everybody had an opportunity to take a look at the consent agenda? Is there any deletions, additions, or changes they'd like to make?
I'd like to add the closed session minutes
Okay.
from the
To get a
July 16th, 2025 meeting. You already saw it, right?
Yeah.
No, she hasn't. Good. Thank you. Do you want to move communications? Do you want to move communications?
Yeah, we could, actually. Yeah, let's move, suggestion by Clerk Kraft to move our communications before item L, our closed session, so we can get that on video. So we'll just, yeah, I mean, we have to put a lighter on it.
No.
Any other additions, deletions? Good, get a motion to approve, consent agenda is amended.
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda as amended.
Support.
Everybody, Kraft, can we get a roll call, please?
Sakowicz,
Yes.
Vincent.
Yes.
Kraft,
Yes.
Philbrook.
Yes, motion carries. And move on to comments from the floor. So now if there's anybody in the audience that wish to come up to the podium to speak, we would I would like for you to state your name and your address and keep your comments to a maximum of 3 minutes. So, anybody?
Hard to say at the beginning.
What's that?
It's hard to say at the beginning.
I know. Okay, then we'll close comments from the floor. No hearings and reviews. Our presentation, we got Claire from the Director of the Library.
Hi there. Thanks, Susan, for inviting me. My name is Claire Meeker. I'm the director of the Romeo District Library, which serves Bruce Township, Washington Township, and the village of Romeo. Our big news right now is that last year we completed a space needs assessment with a committee of trustees from the library board and consultants that we hired. And the consultants were able to study averages for communities our size, libraries our size in Michigan and in other communities in the Midwest, and to do some other math equations. I'm really simplifying this, but they figured out exactly how big our collection should be for our community. They figured out how much space we needed for meeting rooms and programming space. And based on that, we went forward and looked into financing for a possible addition to the building at Van Dyke. Not the one in the village can't get any bigger. So the Grosvenor branch is going to be expanded. For finances for our addition, we have a very healthy fund balance right now, and we worked with a municipal financial advisor. And we're going to do a privately placed bond with a bank for half of the expense of the addition. And then the other half of the expense will be paid for out of our fund balance. So there will be no additional cost to taxpayers. The perpetual millage that we have remains the same with the Headley adjustments. And so taxpayers are not going to have any expense for this addition. The addition itself is going to be between 5,000 and 5,500 square feet. I just just had a really long meeting this afternoon about how we can make it in budget. So it may get a little bit smaller than the 5,500 we originally planned on. We're going to be adding small reading rooms and tutor rooms. We're probably going to add a conference room so that book clubs can meet in there, HOA associations, things like that. But the big thing is that we're expanding the children's space, and the children's department will get bigger. We're going to have a programming room for them so that there will be a space for story times. If we don't have a specific children's programming space right now, they have to share the meeting room with concerts and meetings and all kinds of other things going on. And we're also going to have a new teen space. So that will be a much larger space, and we're hoping that the kids from the fabulous new high school will come over after school and use our space, because right now the teen space is just not cool at the library. So we're hoping the new space will bring more people in. But the big thing is that the finances are taken care of. We've done all of our homework with that. We've hired a construction management firm, and we're working with their project management now to finish up the design development phase. And then we should be going out to bid in November, which is apparently an advantageous time to bid for construction jobs. And we will be breaking ground next April with an 11-month proposed construction time. So by March of 2027, we'll have a brand new building that's ready for occupancy. Not a brand new building, a brand new addition. So, did anybody have questions about any of that?
As far as I just have one, just the design, is it going to be,
Oh, where is it going?
where's it going?
It's getting longer. It's going west.
West.
So the children's area is going to be expanded in sort of a U shape around the current playground. So that'll be more of a courtyard and will be a little bit safer. And then the programming room will be at the far west end. So. Yeah, and we've been working with, apparently Washington Township has the biggest fire trucks in the world, and so we had to make sure we had the right turnaround size for them for the site development. And we've worked with the county and gotten all the permissions we need for that, so it's working out well with the site that we have.
Okay.
Great job of managing your millage money.
I'm really excited that we're not asking for anything, yeah.
Really nice.
Yeah.
Good job there.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
The other big news that I have from the library is that in the archives, which are at the Kezar branch in the village, we have finished digitizing all of the Romeo Observer back from the 1800s. So they're all online and searchable now. So if you know anybody who's doing research, it's a great way to find information about the history of Romeo and surrounding areas and obituaries and house history and things like that.
Could you find that online under the library's website, or would they have to go to a separate site, and is there a cost?
If you go, there's not a cost. The library board decided that it was something we needed to invest in, and we're not charging anybody, the users, for it. You go through the library website to get to the site to get to the digitized paper.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Great addition.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Okay.
much.
Claire.
Thank you.
Short and sweet.
Okay, that's great. Good news. Okay, we're gonna move on. So we'll move to under new business, under item 8A, Decker Agency Proposal of Coverages. We got Dustin here from Decker. Welcome, Dustin.
Hi, everybody. Can you hear me? Sorry, I was reading the sign 6 inches. Like you stated, my name is Dustin Drabick. I'm from the Decker Agency. We have the pleasure of servicing Bruce Township for their property casualty and general liability insurance. As we do every year, we come in and meet with the clerk's department and also take time to meet with the fire department, specifically the chief, to review the outlay of coverages, review any ongoing claims or losses, review vehicle values, and review building limits. Our goal is to, in those meetings, like you said, identify any changes that may be coming forward, futures planning, and overall, I was going to say the word scheming, that's not the word I was looking for. Overall planning for risk mitigation. Some things I kind of just want to touch on. So in front of you, you have what is our proposal that we bring out to you that breaks down the coverage into a more layman's terms. The first 2.5 pages will be your liability. The back pages will be your property. And then finally, on the last 2 pages, you will find Bruce Township broken down by buildings, vehicles, and what we would call indoor-outdoor equipment or inland marine. Some highlights I want to point out. So this year, the building limits were increased by 5%. So the overall blanket has gone from roughly $11,528,091 to $12,080,920, which is roughly a $552,000 increase. Reason being, as you all know, the inflation has hit everybody. And so what we are doing is making sure that we are keeping adequate price per square foot for the buildings that we currently have insured on our schedule. We do this via, claims information in terms of what we paid out or what we had to deal with, localized national information in terms of price per square foot, and then overall information that's gathered through the claims process, locally as we're dealing with large and small losses. Another thing to talk about, we did remove 2 autos this year from the vehicle schedule. We are currently working with the chief in talking about vehicle coverage, both new and old. As you know, fire vehicles and ambulances have absolutely exploded in prices in the last 2 years. I'm not sure if you're aware, the primary manufacturers of emergency service vehicles was purchased, as we were told, by a venture capitalist firm, which has driven down the availability of vehicles and dramatically increased the costs. We were told that a federal insight investigation was taking place into that because it has been so astronomical to us. We have seen $200,000 to $300,000 increases on everyday engines, trucks, and ladders, and we've seen anywhere from $150,000 to $225,000 on ambulances. It's been something that is far beyond just inflation. So we do work closely with Chief, using his expertise, using his vendor's expertise, using our expertise, and then we're also utilizing websites and that to assist the department in determining where or how we want to pivot with the fire vehicles. This isn't a inside conversation with Chief and myself. This is a well-rounded conversation because it's such a moving target. We want to stay on point. This year, we are proposing a 24% increase. However, at the meeting I had with Susan last week, I do, and I've already gotten word from my underwriter that we are going to be able to bring that down potentially 3 to 5 points, which I'm working on right now. Another driving factor, which Chief is already engaged in as of Monday, which I greatly appreciate, is identifying vehicle values and seeing if we can find some more wins or savings on the increase through there as well. Some of the things that I pointed out, the building values are driving that increase. The other thing that we're continuing to manage as a team is the losses that the township has incurred on the property and casualty liability side over the last year. We have seen an increase in our claims dollars. Last year we increased roughly We increased roughly $74,000 in claims dollars paid out last year versus this year. We are still working on 2 open claims for the township on your behalf. And so that's also a driving factor looking at the 4-year loss run versus premiums paid. Are there any specific questions that you have for me or anything you'd like me to point out?
Didn't we get rid of the Hallmark trailer?
We're going for that list again.
Oh, you got it? I don't have to go through it.
Yeah, we're working on it.
Okay.
Chief's got the list in hand, and they've been diligently working through it. Like you said, our renewal is still a handful, I don't want to say a handful of days out, 10 to 12 days out, but we obviously can endorse changes, 30 days after renewal, back to renewal date. So, like you said, we understand the pressures that the department goes through, so we just want to be supportive of what they're going through, and they're so far doing a great job.
Is there action we need to take with this?
Yeah, so if we vote to accept this, approve it, and there are changes,
If I could provide you some guidance on that. If you approve this number, okay, the number that we would be bringing back to you should be lower than the number that you have approved. If you would like to feel more comfortable, once we have everything in place and together, we can come back with a finalized invoice, and I can come back for another presentation. I will say we are not in the department of forcing our clients' hands. The renewal, will take place. It's not pending payment. So we don't want to put you in a rush situation. So if you don't want to have another meeting prior to September and you want to wait till the board meeting, you're more than welcome to, and I would be present again at your need.
okay, so we can just table it until.
Yeah, at this point, I think with the changes that we have on the docket, and like you said, there's some decisions also, that I always instruct my department heads, full communication I think is most important. And, we have these department heads for a reason, and they do a wonderful job at their jobs, but we also want to flow that communication back up to you guys so you understand the ebb and flow of the coverage as we apply it, specifically, in this conversation to the emergency vehicles. Because like you said, one thing we're also exploring is what is the replacement cost or the agreed value cost that these new vehicles are demanding. I had a very interesting conversation when I was sitting down with Chief. I don't know if you're familiar with remounting of emergency vehicles. When Chief told me that the potential remount of, it was one of the engines, correct, Chief?
Correct.
Was around $750,000. I'm not going to lie to you, my jaw dropped. It was considerably higher than I thought it would be. My guess was more around a, 400 to a $500,000. I know that ambulances, you guys were one of the last ones I know to do a remount at about 160, which I believe was 2 years ago.
2 or 3 years ago.
And I would venture to guess that's probably well north of 225 now. So, we're also making sure we're taking into account these new vehicles because the prices are so astronomical. One thing I always communicate to my departments and to my boards is that fire service is getting tragically expensive. I don't know when it's going to stop. We have no control over that. I'm hoping that the federal government will step in and put some kind of capping to this. Otherwise, I feel like it's going to go the way of farming. If you look at farming in this day and age, you need many more acres to farm. You have every piece of equipment seems to be at least $1 million. We hope that fire service is going to find a cool down period or somebody to step in and I guess stop the gouging that we're seeing, because it's something that very readily is apparent to us and is very nerve wracking because, I've seen 6 new trucks delivered this year and not a one of them was under $900,000. And some of them that were sitting on old invoices were more than $400,000 now than when they were built 2.5 years ago. And so it's something that's just, like I said, it hits home, I guess. So, is there any questions?
Dustin?
Yes, sir.
Did we have that actual number? That number escapes me, the full amount. Like, what was the total cost for the township and the fire department?
109,428.
That's going to be my question.
Yeah, we're working to get that. My goal is to get that below 6 figures. That's what I'm working on right now. I'll be fair with you. I'm not a very good insurance salesman. My job is not to drive premium. My job is not to make more money. I do take a lot of pride in my entities. You'll hear me say we's and us's a lot. I do not live here. I am an hour and a half south of you. But I take a lot of pride in my communities and making sure that it's taken care of. It's, really has nothing to do with earning money or making money, in my opinion. I just want to service the community as best as possible and be budget friendly. So.
So you want to table?
Make a motion to table it to our next meeting.
If it pleases you, though, I can make sure that I'm available next month. I've been working on this every day since I met with Susan last week, so I anticipate having everything together as soon as possible. Chief has already got his men working on some questions that we have for them, so I'm assuming that's going to turn around, quick, and then we'll be able to go from there.
Do you want to give you a date really quick, Susan?
The next board meeting, is that when you want to do it?
Yeah.
September 17th.
September 17th.
17, 6 o'clock, correct?
When is the renewal?
Like you said, it's September, it's September 1st, but we're not a pay for play. So we basically, we are going to be behind you guys, renew you guys. We're not going to, steamrolling you into making a decision in the next 10 days. That's not how we operate, so.
Thanks for all the hard work on it.
I try my best.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
If it's okay with you all, could I excuse myself to take myself home? Thank you so much.
Hour-and-a-half drive.
I do appreciate that.
See you
Have a
next
nice day.
month.
Thank you, everybody.
Don't go too far, though.
Did you have support on your motion?
Support.
Okay.
We get a roll call, please.
Vincent,
Yes.
Philbrook,
Yes,
Kraft,
Yes.
Suckowitz.
Yes.
motion carries. Move on to item 8B, which is the mail, is it mail, M-A-I-L, Mailey? SLU, Special Land Use at 5200 Rapp Road. Dave, this would be your, so why don't you take it from here?
Okay, I can talk through what we discussed at the Planning Commission.
Let's introduce the applicants and then they can state their name.
Okay, hi, I'm Dave Maley, 5200 Rapp Road.
Amanda Wozniak, same address.
Okay, this came before us at our last Planning Commission meeting, and it's for a special land use to put a garage in the side yard of this property. The property is, you cannot see this from the road. It sits quite a ways back. I think it says around 750 feet back from the road. Several of the Planning Commission members drove by there, and the house and this building would not be visible from there or from Nolan Lake. There's trees there as well. So you can see the layout in the diagrams that are provided. There's some pictures as well to where this garage will go. So the Planning Commission did approve this 7-0 with some considerations and just one condition that the building material match or complement the existing structure. That was the only condition. And then there was considerations that we included in our motion as well.
Okay, this question. What is the current building material that your house, your structure is made of, and are you gonna?
It's brick on the bottom half, and then the top half is like an English Tudor style.
So the accessory building is gonna kind of just match the house or mirror the house exactly?
We're going to change the appearance of the top of the house, right? It has the Tudor style, the slat boards on it, and we're going to match the garage with that as well.
Nice.
And we're probably going to do like a wood appearance siding on both, so they will match for sure.
You got a letter from the one homeowner in here, the neighbor or something? Dave?
Yeah, there are letters from the neighbors that they don't object to this construction. So that was one of the considerations that we had as we voted on it in the Planning Commission.
And this is not an HOA? No HOA?
No homeowners
No.
association? You said there were some conditions, what were some of
The
the?
condition is just that the building material and design of the proposed building match or complement the existing structure. The other things that we included in the motion were considerations, and those were due to the fact that the building would not be visible from the road or rear yard. There's a topography hardship in the way the land drops off, It's support from surrounding neighbors and the proposed structures within the size limits for that specific property. So those were the considerations that we went with in the motion.
Is this the only structure that you have additional as far as
Yes.
accessory buildings?
Yes, ma'am.
You want to put a motion in, Steve?
Sure. I'll make a motion to approve the special land use for a side yard building at 5200 Rapp Road due to the following considerations. The building will not be visible from the road or the rear yard due to the topography hardship, due to support from surrounding neighbors, and due to the fact that the proposed structure is within the size limits for this size of property. And the conditions are that the building materials for the proposed building match or complement the existing structure.
I'll second that motion. Is there any other discussion? No? Roxanne, will we get a roll call, please?
Kraft,
Yes.
Sockowitz,
Yes.
Philbrook,
Yes.
Vincent.
Yes.
David and Amanda, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, appreciate your time and your approval. Thank you.
Coming in. Move on to the item 8. I want to skip, almost skipped over the Lombardo. Just patiently waiting. 8C, the Lombardo variance for ordinance 187. So this is kind of a planning commission deal. David, I don't know if you have an explanation on it or.
It's regulatory.
Yeah, so we had, I think we had just discussed this briefly. It's in the initial proposal for this property. It was initially talked about for a 60-foot road, but Macomb County doesn't allow any additional roads at this time. So this is a 30-foot right-of-way as opposed to 60-foot. And as you said, I think it was just, this is regulatory?
Yeah, instead of zoning, right?
Yeah.
So-
It's not the roadway 60 feet, it's the right-of-way 60 feet.
Yes.
Macomb County standards are 28 feet. Right-of-way. Curb to curb. And we're 30 curb to curb. And we're technically looking to include the easement into the right-of-way. That's what,
But the problem is, Mike, it's a regulatory ordinance, and it doesn't have any provisions or standards for variances in
that's why it's up for a
but
variance.
what I'm saying is the ordinance itself doesn't allow for us to make changes. The ordinance has to say that there are provisions, there have to be provisions. I just think we're going to have to table this and ask, Joe should have caught that.
I have Joe's answer. I don't mean to interrupt, but I have Joe's answer.
She is interrupting. We don't have a copy of the variance either, so, of the ordinance. So it's kind of just,
We got an ordinance for your right-of-way drainage easements, pretty much what we were looking for.
So you're saying the ordinance does not allow us to make a variance
yes, it has to actually specifically talk about the variance in the.
in the actual language of the ordinance?
Yes, to allow for it.
So how do our other variances get,
Well, some ordinance do list it, you can make the changes, they actually have provisions for variances. I didn't think to look into this until the beginning of the week, so I don't feel like I have enough information to go on. I'd like to really we shall have a copy of the ordinance, I think, in the board pack too.
what ordinance is 187?
187.
Yeah, there are only parts of it in here.
Well, it's a section that
Yeah,
basically
but
pertains.
the variance discussion might be in a different place.
Well, that's not fair for the applicant.
But if it's not allowed, Mike, we can't do it.
Well,
Until we add it or put that language in that ordinance, is that what you're saying, Susan?
Yeah.
One thing that I think is important to note.
Cosmo, why don't you just come up to the podium, state your name and title?
Cosmo Lombardo, Lombardo Homes of Michigan, 13001, 23 Mile Road, Shelby Township. One thing that I do think is important to note about this, we were in front of you guys in April of this year, and received approval of a conditional rezoning agreement, which has now been executed and recorded. One of the conditions, among many conditions, there were other conditions like house size and lot size and things like that. One of the conditions within that conditional rezoning agreement was that the subject property shall be allowed to use a 30-foot wide private right-of-way in lieu of a 60-foot wide public right-of-way, and that the roads would need to be constructed in accordance with Macomb County Department of Road Standards cross-section. So I think just an important thing to note is Lombardo has an agreement with the township that has been executed that grants a 30-foot right-of-way. We were seeing this really as just a clarification because it came up at site plan. The Planning Commission pushed it through at site plan. Joe Tangari said that we should go back for a couple of variances, but that one specifically is an actual line item in the conditional rezoning agreement.
I spoke briefly with Siebert today, and he glanced at this because he didn't have a lot of time. He said he did not see any provisions for a variance. I sent all this stuff to him, so he wasn't comfortable with it. I think it's just a matter of getting some clarification.
Like,
If Dana, would you come up to the mic maybe
Yeah.
so we can hear?
So Dana Buchanan, Planning and Zoning. Yeah, when we discussed this at the Planning Commission meeting, this wasn't something that Joe was concerned about. He said it's a really easy.
But it's not a zoning ordinance, it's a regulatory ordinance.
Yeah, and he said the only ones that would be able to do this is the board. But he said it's simple and doesn't need our attorney's review. He said it won't actually change anything the way anything gets built. It's pretty much on paper and.
I agree with that, and that's,
But I talked to the attorney, Mike, and he did not see any provisions for it.
as far as granting a variance.
Yeah, there are no provisions, yes, for a variance in this ordinance.
So you know it's not changing the footprint at all as far as the development.
I'm not saying it's right or wrong, what he is asking
We've
for.
been discussing back in April, like Cosmo said, even the chief and I went back and forth the road, and we finally came to the conclusion that 30-foot wide right-of-way, or roadway, with sidewalks being part of easement, going curb to curb, there was plenty of room for fire. The easement part is greenbelt anyways, or basically possible storm sewer and water, it's still front yard. The door to door is the same, curb to curb is the same, we're talking about greenbelt.
Again, I'm not saying that what he's asking for is wrong.
What does he know that we had on the agenda for tonight and that this is a process?
I
that
sent
we've
him what
already-
you gave us. I sent him this.
But did he know that this was a thing that we've already considered, we've already approved this site plan for?
Yeah, all this was in the email I sent to him. He
What
just said
just
he did
this here doesn't,
a cursory, well, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think we could probably, if we tabled it, we could probably do a special meeting once we talk, get an answer
Yeah.
from the attorney. I just don't want to grant a variance if we're not able to.
No, this isn't, it's just one. It's one variance for the whole right-of-way. But Joe didn't indicate that it would need any other approval by the
I agree.
lawyers.
I mean, we got a township planner that's basically,
But we didn't hear that from him, so I'm just telling you
I have a
what-
text that says that in front of
I'm telling you
me.
what the attorney said, you guys do what you want to do.
David, what do you think?
I don't see any reason why we wouldn't move forward with this.
Yeah, and just an important thing, right? I mean, I'm asking the board to approve something that they already approved, really.
Right.
At the April meeting. The motion was to approve the conditional rezoning agreement subject to the following conditions. All the conditions were listed. Really, to me, this was approved in April. This variance, it was one of the conditions in the
Changing a regulatory
motion.
ordinance, that's what you're asking us to do. So it just needs to be done properly, is all I'm saying.
And that's by motion and board vote. The unfortunate thing is I think if we vote on it right now, if I make a motion, I think we're gonna be at a 2-2 tie, and it's not gonna get approved anyway, so.
Yeah.
Is it something he feels like he can put inside this regulatory ordinance that would allow us to
I don't know why we
Change.
have these ordinances, and this is a thing that we've been haunted with since day one. Nothing's done right. I don't know where these came from, and if it's again an issue. Did Seaver draw those up and fail to put it in himself?
I don't know who did the engineering design
This
ordinance.
is what
I have no
bothers me the
idea.
most. I mean, we have
They
an
were
ordinance in
usually all
place, and
designed
it's
by the
like,
attorney.
every time he looks at them, there's an issue with them, and I'm about had it, to be really honest with you. I don't know where these things came from, but you'd think they were drawn up by at least an attorney. Can we offer you this, Cosmo? I know you're crunching, and I don't think there's going to be an issue. Like I said, we've already kind of agreed on this. It's just as far as getting the wording on the variance, so we can get a wording from the attorney. We'll pull a special meeting together. It'll be during the day. We'll do something real quick and get something here in the near future for you.
That's fine.
So we could just table it till that point. I know you got a couple other things on your agenda right now, on your plate
Yep.
that you're dealing with, so I
Okay.
don't see a problem here at all, because it's not really changing anything.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Wish it was just private road would have been different, right? I think we're following a different criteria, technically.
Well, yeah, we're building a private road, yeah.
All right, well, all right. Okay, sorry for getting you out of the house.
Okay.
All right, thanks. So
Thank you.
Make a motion.
make a motion to go ahead and table this until we can get a wording from the attorney, and we'll post, put a special meeting together,
Support?
or by David.
Is that being tabled too?
What is it?
About the trees, the other?
No.
That's not even on the agenda for tonight. Can we get a roll call, Roxanne, please?
Sockowitz,
Yes.
Kraft,
Yes.
Vincent,
Yes.
Philbrook.
Yes. Okay, we'll table, I'll keep in touch with you. I'll get on it first thing tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Answer for you. Okay, thank you. See you guys.
He said you could talk to one of the engineers or Joe to confirm it.
You can talk to who?
One of the engineers or Joe.
The attorney said that we can get the approval from the engineers or Joe?
You talk to one of the engineers or Joe, because it's an
Oh,
engineering.
he would.
Yeah. No, we can.
Well, we talked to Joe. That's where the wordings come from, that we needed to get.
Well,
some-
I'm just saying, he didn't see
So
it.
is he gonna say,
We'll talk about it. Sorry.
just hope tomorrow he's not gonna say, well, I told Susan that to Joe, you just gotta talk to Joe and figure it out, and that's exactly what we
He
got.
said he looked at it, he did not see any provisions for a variance.
Okay. Let's move on to our 8D, our OPEB accounting report. This is our annual update on the OPEB. Right, we get this every year, right? So I guess just to let everybody know, I think our OPEB, when we were elected back in 2020, we kind of inherited a $9.5 million deficit. We did set up a plan where we take money out of our fire, our ALS, and our general fund. I don't even know the numbers. Let's just say around 80,000 a year.
It's like
I
85.
think this year,
85.
20,000.
And since that point, we brought our $9.5 million down to $5.5 million, I think is where we're sitting at right now, with a 30-year fix. And OPEB stands for Other Post-Employment Benefits, which is our retirement health care, which is mostly for our fire department, which was way underfunded for a really long time. And technically it went from zero balance to $9.5 million in debt, which we needed to do something about. So this is an update on what we've got invested, and as far as our investment over a 30-year investment program, like a MERS, and we'll be at a positive fund balance in 30 years and continue that way. So it looks good right now, right? There's nothing to, no negatives. We made a small adjustment last year and increased them by a little bit. But it's just informative, there's no action, it's no action needed. So,
Yeah, we need to approve, accept and approve. I'll make a
On our
motion
end, we
to.
increased 50,000.
What's
25
that?
and 25 on our end. On our end, we increased 50,000 on the budget, the current budget.
Not over annually.
Yes.
Was it annually? Then
Yes.
that was the increase for last year.
I increased 25,000 from ALS and 25,000 from fire,
In addition to,
in addition to the funds.
it's
that
saying
were-
87.5, so I don't know if that's what it's contributed every year, the last page, Mike, is that what that is?
Mine's cut off,
Oh, okay.
yeah. But I think that number does Yeah, ring a bell.
I don't have the budget in front of me, but we're probably at about 125,000 right now. And we'll see on the next budget if we can increase it even more.
Okay. All right, it
I'll
looks
make a
good.
motion to accept and approve the OPEB plan as presented.
Second. There's no other discussion. Can we get a roll call, please?
Benson?
Yes.
Philbrook?
Yes.
Sockowitz?
Yes.
Kraft?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 80, the township tax rate. This is basic house cleaning. Frank would handle this, but I think that we just accept.
It has to be submitted before September 30th, so I think we have to approve it.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve the L4029 tax rate request form as presented.
For 2025, right? Or is it-
2025.
Yes.
Second?
Second by Dorothy. Can we get a roll call, please?
Philbrook?
Yes.
Sockowitz?
Yes.
Kraft?
Yes.
Benson?
Yes.
Motion carries. Thanks, Susan. Item 8F is replacing a township vehicle. So as you guys got, I sent you an email. We got our 2014 city car. I'm looking to replace it. I know Romeo, we got that one from Romeo. Romeo did have a couple that I talked to Chief Royce that they were going to possibly put a couple up for sale. I sent Megan an email on the 16th. Never heard back from her. There is a couple in Shelby that I found. The 2020 I feel is a better deal. If you look at the Kelly Blue Book on it.
What was the price for the 2020? Mike, I didn't see it in the paperwork.
You didn't want
The price for the 2020?
13,000.
13,000, okay.
Yeah. I didn't put it in there?
No, I didn't see it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's 13. It is a hybrid, so we're moving into a little bit into the hybrid technology, I guess you could say. At the same time, we were gonna go with, the 2018 is $10,000, it's $3,000 less. There is a lot of wear and tear on that vehicle. There's no dents or, smashes in it, but it's pretty scratched out. By far, the 2020 is a lot better shape. The resale value on it is a lot better. And these cars, I just based it on a Kelly Blue Book. It's a stripped down model with no added, accessories. So the Kelly Blue Book on the 2020 is 15 to 17, and that's trade-in value. And everybody knows trade-in value is around $2,000 to $3,000 less than retail value, so it's a pretty good price they're offering us on it. Talked with the supervisor over there, and he can't believe the guy came down to that price for us. So I think it's a good investment. I think the one we've had for almost 5 years now. I think we can still run it through the chutes and still get pretty good money out of it. I don't think we would do bad in this one. So motion to approve purchase of the 2020 Ford Explorer from Shelby Township at $13,000.
Support.
I have lots of questions.
Support by Vincent. Go ahead.
Well, first of all, our cars sit out there. Mike, I don't even know if we need two cars, let alone another
We
one.
need two cars quite often. We went through this whole discussion prior to this, probably to getting a second car. There's a lot of times that there's a second car that we need. And this year, we're gonna be using, this next coming year, we didn't use our summer help, but when our summer help's here, that car's gone all the time. And it's not a bad investment. If you look at the money for what we're putting into the old one, we bought it for $7,000. I think we can still get $4,000 to $7,000 out of it. We put in very little other than tires in the back, which I think you've seen in your report for $300 and some dollars. So we really lost very little money on this car.
I guess my one question is, out of the budget, where are we
I've
taking
got
it from?
$75,000 in capital improvement funds, so there's $75,000, and I really don't have anything else outlaid in that right now, or to take out of it, so there's $75,000 in it.
Also, technically, it's illegal to drive, if you're not a police officer or a firefighter, to drive a car with lights and sirens, so they get to be disabled, and why spend the money on lights and sirens?
So it comes as it's a municipal car, and that car is also used if, in a case in which it was possibly at one time for fire department, the fire department uses the chief's vehicle, goes in for service, it would be a good vehicle for the chief to use, can be used for traffic control. There's been many times when I've been out on the road in the middle of the road for one reason or another, whether it be for maybe a small accident or for a manhole cover that might have been popped off, or even for pulling a dead deer off the road. It's very dangerous out there. you know,
Yeah,
so
but
we use the lights for
But you're not
that.
supposed to use them, it's illegal.
So we can't use emergency lights in a municipality that has a municipal license. You're saying that we don't use emergency lights.
Right,
Is that what you're saying?
yeah.
Where did you hear that? I mean, a tow truck driver uses emergency lights.
But lights and sirens.
So I
lights-
don't say I use the sirens at all. But I'm saying it's a multi-purpose vehicle, could be used for utility. And is that the reason why is that what you're gonna base your decision on?
No, I'm just trying to be thorough.
Well, it comes equipped that way, I don't think it's illegal, like I said, it's a multi-purpose vehicle, and it goes, used as and we might need traffic, you know, like I said, I'm in the traffic all the time, it doesn't, you know, don't abuse that privilege or anything else, I feel a lot safer when I have them on, when I'm out in the traffic and I have to work in the traffic, so.
If I'm looking at capital outlay, it only looks like there's $15,000 in that. I mean, I could be
Okay,
looking at it wrong.
on the top of the page, what's on the top of the page in the same, or is it the next page over, it says 75,000? Capital improvement?
I see it under capital outlay, but capital improvement, you're saying? Let's see, I'm not finding that yet, let me look and see. How much, do you think there's 75,000 in that account?
Yeah, I looked at it. I can
I could be looking at it wrong, but
Yeah,
I
could
don't see it.
Find it. Yeah, there's, I looked at it the other day, so that question would come up.
So what are you gonna do with the one you have now?
Can I put it to the auction? So I'd like to get rid of it before it gets too much older, because it's still, it can bring some value, you know, so we can still sell it, so. You know, I use that car all the time. I'm working out in the field, working in ordinances in this township, which I don't think any of you guys might have an idea. It's not an easy job. But at least when I pull up there and I'm not pulling up in a clown car, at least I feel like I get a little bit more respect out of the people that I have to deal with as far as just trying to regulate our local ordinances. And I'm sure you guys have heard some of the issues that have been going on, so. But that car is used all the time, I use it all the time. So, and if you don't use the other car, I know you guys go to county, whatever you need to do, if you guys aren't using and utilizing the city car and you want to use your personal vehicle, that's totally up to you guys. But
Is that something that could be available for use for meetings and different things, or?
yes, that's what it's for.
You just have to?
There's a class up in Frankenmuth, which I know people use their personal vehicles to go up there, absolutely. I think they used to run utilities to classes, didn't they? Or they still do, maybe?
We do, it's to the option of the,
Yeah. Or they get reimbursed for mileage, so. Yeah. It's a city vehicle, it's used for all city purposes, so. Find it? Still looking?
No,
It's
didn't
there.
see it.
It's there. I'm not saying the wrong way, the supervisor's office really doesn't spend very much money, so. And as far as our budget, it's very minimal that comes out of our general fund out of the supervisor's office, so. Anyways, we got a motion and a second by Vincent. Can we get a roll call, Roxanne, please?
Vincent?
Yes.
Kraft?
No.
Philbrook?
Yes?
Sockowitz? Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you. We'll retire the other one as soon as we get the other one, so, or send it to the auction. Item 8G is the travel policy. Susan, did you put that in there?
I did. Dorothy had some thoughts on it. You asked me to put on.
Go ahead.
It is included in that contract in this exact form, so.
So this one would be included in the actual contract? Yeah.
So
Just
what
for
are the changes?
discussion.
Is there changes, or?
No, just because there've been discussion before, Dorothy was curious about having it on the agenda for discussion, so.
Because I think originally you were paying for travel time as well as mileage. And that got changed, right, under mileage expense? I don't
I
have the
don't know
old
about
policy
the
in front of
travel
me.
time. I don't think the travel time was, it was mileage that was being reimbursed, but not travel time.
I thought there was 2 items, Susan, that were being reimbursed on the original one, and I don't have it in front of me.
Well, this is the one we've been working on,
Okay.
working off of.
But there was 2 items that you remember that we were paid for they were paid for travel time?
There was 2 things under mileage expenses. They were being paid for their mileage, but
Travel
then-
time to
Right.
pay? That's the last section.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that something that you wanted to take a look at?
What do you guys get in the fire contract? Is it?
So we typically, the crews do have, the personnel do have the option of either taking their vehicle or taking a department vehicle. They take a department vehicle, obviously.
We've gone past that one. Do they get paid for
They don't
travel
get
time
paid for-
and mileage?
No.
Okay.
They get paid from the point of them being there to the point of when they return. We do not pay for meals. We do expense the hotel if there's an overnight cost. But I've never reimbursed anybody for mileage. I have reimbursed people for gas usage if they fill up their tank. And they bring a receipt back.
Oh, you actually, you have to have a receipt, you don't do the IRS.
No, like, let's say I'm going to Muskegon, like we have a conference coming up, it's in Muskegon. If it costs $120, if somebody wants to take their personal vehicle for gas, they turn the receipt in, we reimburse them. We don't do mileage, we don't do any of that. And we pay, and they get paid from the point of when the conference starts to the point of the conference ending for the day. And there's no food
Yeah, I
allocated.
wouldn't have a problem taking the food out. I think, I never charge food if I go to,
Usually it's provided when you go,
oftentimes.
oftentimes.
Where did you see travel was paid for time?
Down last paragraph.
The last paragraph?
Looks like yours might have gotten cut off, name travel.
Oh,
That's on it.
that's what it is, yeah, I got part of it. But if non-exempt employees would be paid, I can see that part.
You know, and we're a little different too. Let's say that conference starts on a Monday and that person worked the 24-hour shift the day before, you know, he's still getting paid if he's got to leave 3 o'clock in the morning or 4 o'clock in the morning because he has to travel 4 hours to get to the conference by 8 o'clock. He's still on the clock. So that's why we don't pay for those costs.
Well, I agree on this, I mean, it was during work hours and you're running. Yeah, so was there times that were being paid when it was non-work hours?
And
I
if they
think
are
that
working, that's
was-
another thing that
yeah.
you asked me, Mike, if they are working,
They get
we do
paid.
not compensate.
Right.
They're getting their normal rate of pay?
They're getting their normal rate, so if, let's say, the employee's working Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, conference is Monday through Friday, we're reimbursing them for Tuesday and Thursday.
So are we looking to take the meals off here? I mean, I'm just asking, or do you
So
request
Ours
it?
is a little different.
This isn't, this policy isn't this old, I don't remember.
When did you,
Oh.
2024, it looks like, February of
Oh,
2024?
right, yes. So,
No, I'm okay with this. I mean, as long as they provide receipts, if they're at training, reasonable cost, right?
okay.
But isn't there meals usually provided at training?
Yes, typically they are for training conferences. Not always though, right, Susan?
Dinner might not be,
Right.
usually breakfast and lunch.
Okay, so we're gonna leave it the way it is then? That was.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Just, I guess I'm asking, it was put on the agenda because you had a couple of questions for discussion,
Right.
and we're good with it the
I'm
way it
good
is?
with it.
Okay. No action to be taken on this,
Right.
right?
Yeah, because I don't think we had it in front of us when we
Yeah.
were originally talking about it.
Okay. All right, we'll move on to item 8H, which is our new website update. Susan?
So we have our new website went live last Thursday, I think, maybe the Thursday before, I'm losing track. It took us several months of Roxanne, Amy, and I working on it. And the launch had a few glitches, but we're doing up and running now. We didn't change anybody's pages or make drastic changes, but, so if anybody has any additions or corrections they want made, if your departments do, let us know. Roxanne's going to be handling it now. She has a knack. She's been working hard on
I
it.
did notice a couple things when I was looking at it. I don't know if you want me to talk to Roxanne or mention them now, or
If you want to mention them now, it's up to you.
just some of the maps, like the street index map I noticed was blurry. I think the village map. So when, and I don't know where you got those from, maybe from
the old website.
from
Yeah,
the
they just
old
transferred
website.
everything that was
Yeah, they
there.
came across very blurry, so if you were trying to look up a street, you would never be able to read it. So I think those need to be looked at. I didn't really see your appointments, Mike, on there. We used to have a sheet that kind of said that the expiration date of all of the appointments. I think they were put into each individual department, but I didn't see for like building department supervisor or ordinance enforcement, I didn't see his, I know they expire at the end of his term in 2028, but that wasn't, I couldn't find those on the website. And I don't know if you're still using a Scan, but there were several minutes that were not uploaded in planning and zoning. So I don't know if that's a carryover from the website or if that's,
That's still the same. We
Okay.
haven't switched that over yet.
okay,
Yeah.
so there's some minutes
It's
that are
still
not there.
transitioning that, yeah.
Okay.
They've taken what's there and transferred it over. So
Okay, so some of those are missing on the website. Other than that, I think it looks really good, nice and clean and good.
What do you think, Roxanne?
Regarding,
That what- you know,
She's
working
good.
on
She,
website?
you enjoy it, don't you? You're-
I've done it before. I'll find clearer maps. I'll just have to see what we have here. Because obviously when you put junk in, you get junk out. So if you put a clearer map in with a, more high resolution scan,
Which one's better?
yeah,
Should be able
I'll
to use
find,
that.
I'll find better ones.
Was the website, wasn't that the deputy's job before?
No, it was actually Dana's
Wasn't
job.
Dawn was doing it, I
Yeah,
thought.
she was. It was
Dawn?
Dana's, it
Wasn't
was
Dawn doing it?
Dana's, and then when we made the transition, Dawn did it for a while, but then she liked to give things up, so she gave that up. And so Amy's just been kind of covering on several things. And Roxanne's so good at it, she seems to enjoy it, so she's offered.
Okay. I know that somebody's trying to get a burn permit the other day. They had a hard time getting a burn permit, but maybe just some.
Is that through the fire department's, your link, or no, is there a separate link for burn permit?
We tried and tried.
Honestly,
I know we used to have a-
There should be a link there.
There should be.
There is a
There is
link you was
one.
able to click on if like something, a house happened and couldn't. Try and try.
Didn't check that.
So I
I'll
think
look
they
at that.
wanted a return.
Oh, they want like verification that they.
Yeah,
Well, I had that one too.
Right.
So there is no verification
Right.
that does
Yeah.
go
I
back,
get-
that question does come up. Does
So
it-
I sent a
does it
test
arise?
one,
Okay.
and I never heard back.
Right, so
Okay.
maybe the web designer people can send something like, thank you for applying for your permit, something,
They
right?
need some-
It has to be.
They need some confirmation when they hit the submit button. That's,
The web designer people probably have to incorporate something into that.
Right, so if you go to departments and fire department, that's where you're gonna get the fire, I just pulled it up, the burn permit.
Right, but it.
Right, but it will not give you a
It doesn't
confirmation.
acknowledge that you.
Yeah, unfortunately, we
doesn't give
went
you
with
that
it used to, and I think that's where the confusion
Right.
is. We were using JOT forms or a different one prior to whatever you're using now, and it would give them notification. So I think they kind of like, they were used to that.
Right.
All right. Thanks, Roxanne.
Thank you.
No action, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll move on to item 8I, which is our internal control review. David looked at this a little bit. I think Susan had on the agenda in August of last year. There's two versions. I think that Dave had just gotten this from our auditor, Manor Costerison, and that kind of brought up the subject about the, we didn't remember seeing it, I guess, Susan, back in August. It was on the agenda, and we don't remember voting on it.
It was October, and it was voted, I don't remember, it might have even been that we didn't vote on it because it was not well received, so nobody wanted to bite. But this is, I just included their proposal from last year. I'm sure that the prices would be similar, and then this isn't in there because I didn't get it in time, but it just gives kind of an overview of what they offer in addition to what the proposal he sent me.
I mean, I hate to say it, but I mean, I have to agree that there's some issues that we have internally, and it's unfortunate that we probably have to consider having to try to babysit or watch what people are doing, because we've had some issues recently in the past here that's really caused a lot of problems. And I don't know if it's gonna get any better or not, but I can't see paying this kind of money to have an audit company come in for something that we should be professionals and be doing all along. So, I mean, I don't really want to get into the too much discussion or anything.
So I'm just wondering, what would they be doing as far
What they
as?
do is they go around and kind of interview everybody, talk to them
Yeah.
about what they see as their role, and go to each department and see how we can help each other out, what we do currently, suggestions for what might be better.
Accountability. Dave, you got any?
Yeah, my understanding of this is, so this came out of, I was unaware that this was presented to the township last year, because I wasn't on the board at this time. In the audit, I was asked specific questions about township operation, and when I responded, I learned that they offered to help us with internal controls, which would have prevented some of the problems that we've experienced over the past year. I think as a township, we should have secure or accountability in place at every step of the way for, everything that goes on here. Just general accountability like you would expect in any work situation. So be it, when people come to work or don't come to work, or, time in, time out, how they use their, their time, what we do internally with, if there's procedure that needs to take place, what steps verify that things occur in a good and right order. So I don't think we need somebody, the cost was between $8,000 and $12,000 on here. I think these are controls that we could put in place to make sure that the township operates properly and in good order. What exactly that looks like, I don't know. Whether it's a work group or subcommittee or, the employees, take a part in it, I don't know exactly what it looks like at this point.
I can't see spending that kind of money. There's something that should be.
Right. I would think that we should have a policy and procedure manual that covers all of this, all of these things, all the actions that the township takes or that employees take. It should all be covered,
We do have a policy and procedure.
but it doesn't cover anything. It's really, it's boilerplate. It wasn't even, put together in this township. I mean, you can look at the language and it's obvious that it came from somewhere else. So I saw the
You're talking about the
old,
personnel policy?
Yeah, you're
yeah,
talking
the
about,
old,
we actually have
Yes.
a policy book that
Okay.
has all our, a list of, it's different than the.
okay.
Personnel policy.
Yeah.
But I don't disagree. I don't,
Yeah.
So maybe
disagree
we
that
should look
there's
at
a-
that to start with,
sure.
how everything works here. I don't know how things work here. I know there's been problems, so we should find a way to fix those.
policy, since we have a contract with the majority of our workers, does the policies really, I mean, how strong are the policies gonna hold up to the contract anyway? I mean, we kind of have a similar situation in the fire department. We got fire department contract, our policies don't really take precedent over the, contract, right?
Contract takes precedent over the policy,
Right, yeah.
so the policy should reflect the contract.
Similar to ours. I mean, we can look at it that way, David.
Yeah.
Possibly. We get something, if it's boilerplate, I think that we need to customize it to our needs, so. I would agree, we could do something in-house and save, and have an outside organization. I mean, even on the low end at $8,000, I think it's ridiculous, so. I'll be willing to work with you on that if you want to take a look at it.
I'm happy to provide any input. I think we could probably do it completely as a board. Everyone should be able to look at it and see, what, if there's corrections that need to be made or safeguards that need to be put in place.
Okay. Now let's look, for sure. All right. Do we need to make an appointment, motion? Dave and I'll look at it, or, I don't think we'll really make it a committee, we can just,
I don't disagree, maybe we should all have some input as far as things
Yeah.
that we'd like to see, or policies, or procedures. I don't know how you do it, because we all can't meet at the same time.
No.
Unless
But we can all
we
get
have a
we
special,
could all get copies of the policy.
get copies of the
That would be-
policies and
that would be great.
kind of go through them.
Yep.
And
I'll make a motion for David Vince and myself to go ahead and work as a subcommittee. You guys, as other board members, can come to us, and I guess maybe even employees can come to us with maybe some changes, and we can come up with a new document to present to the board, maybe when we're all done for approval, possibly. Something along that, what do you think? Would that work?
you have time to do that.
It might not be done overnight, but at least we'll be in the process of taking care of it. I think
That
it's-
notebook is, it's got a lot of
There's
policies.
a lot of them in there, but we, like you said, we can all get a copy and
Yeah.
start working on them.
Just glad to get rid of these other contracts, to be really honest with you. Once they're gone, it would be nice, Okay.
Do we need to make a
deadline.
motion on the internal control, Susan, on the?
Sorry?
Do we need to make a motion for?
No, I just put that back in there because there was
Okay.
conversation about it, so.
So but we should have a motion on the committee, a subcommittee, right? We don't want to do it correctly? Or not?
Maybe we should just provide everybody with copies first, and then
Okay. sounds
I can
good.
put it on the agenda.
No action, then we're not going to even vote on the, or do we want to make a motion on internal control? Motion not to approve the,
No, we don't have to.
okay. Well, let's move on to item 8J, which is the MOU, or memorandum of understanding with the Cloverfield Homeowners Association. We have a similar agreement like this in place with Twin Brooks. We have one of our lift stations that's outside of Twin Brooks in their common ground area. There is electricity that's needed to run the lift station. At the same time, the HOA uses the same electricity and the same meter for running their sprinkler pumps or water fountains and whatever else they might do. In turn, we put together a letter of understanding with Twin Brooks for $100 a month to pay the electricity for our portion of electricity for the lift station pump. So what you have in front of you is a similar memorandum of understanding for Cloverfield HOA, it's $75 a month.
I just see one typo, Mike, where it says township owned, it says life station at the
Lift-
site instead of lift station. I don't
It kind
know.
of saves the life of people when that stuff doesn't go away.
Oh, yeah.
Other than that,
Is that,
that's on the second paragraph, second line.
that must be how it is on the other one, right?
Yeah.
Sue?
Yeah,
No.
I'm sure, yeah. That's
Any-
easy.
Anyways, I'll make a motion to approve the MOU between Bruce Township and Cloverfield HOA to pay $75 monthly for electrical use to run the lift station.
I'll second. Oh, go ahead.
Second by Kraft. Other discussion, we did send the letter to the HOA of Cloverfield, and we did get a signed copy back from the president in the event that we did get this approved. So I guess we can continue to execute it. Susan and I need to sign it.
I noticed that you changed it from 12 to 9. Is that just because you found that the other one was less expensive? It is,
So it just so happens that I got a call from the developer, and he says, I got 4 months of outstanding electrical invoices from DTE on this thing totaling $255, which comes out to, for 4 months, it's like almost $70 an hour, not quite, or $70 a month. So I use that as an average, it's like, well, on the high side, it would be 75, but it's nowhere near 100, but we got 4 months of readings. And it's usually pretty, pretty good.
Just used to prices going up instead of
I know,
down.
right.
Well, it still should cover a little bit, I mean, because if it's $255 for 4 months, does that come out to 60, not that good, $62 a month? Right? Okay. So we should be good at 75. And we can chew it, I mean, we can look at it again, I mean, Twin Brooks comes to us almost annually. It's like, oh, we gotta do something about this.
Right.
So, yeah. We got a motion and a second by Susan Kraft. There's no other discussion. Can we get a roll call, please, Roxy?
Sockowitz?
Yes.
Kraft?
Yes.
Vincent?
Yes.
Philbrook?
Yes. Motion carries. Okay, I'll get, you want to see Rick gets there, or you want me to? You got a signed copy from him too, right?
Yes, you send it to me, yeah.
All right, we'll get it done tomorrow. 8K interim rate of pay.
Do you want to give that to me, Mike, and I'll sign now, because I'm not going to be here tomorrow. If you're eager to get it to me.
I thought you got the email too.
Yeah, but it's just easier to do it this way. Are you going to get it to him?
Well, technically, we're supposed to figure out.
Okay, then never mind. But it won't be till next week. He won't do that. He won't want to do that.
Just a minute.
Okay.
I had dated on me.
I just need a copy before
Yeah.
it goes.
Item 8K, the interim rate of pay. Did you put that in there, Susan?
Yeah, so when the motion was made, it's here in the book, there's no specification for the amount for the intern, so I took the salary I went back, we set an intern pay for $16 an hour. For our last intern, I took that pay. When we initially talked about this, this whole process was a part-time position at $17 an hour. But then, at that meeting, I said specifically, so this does not apply, the description. So I went back, because the number wasn't here, to $16 an hour. She would just like clarification.
Well, I only know a little bit about it, but is this school, something with the schools at $17 an hour, some just record of it already that she should be getting
So,
17?
no, so what happened was, I was told that she had a work permit. I needed to keep track of the work permit for files, didn't get the work permit, so I went to the school, I got the work permit, and I filled it out according to what I thought it was going to be an intern position, not an intern position, a part-time position, but then she became intern and, intern, so that didn't apply. That's where the confusion was.
So the proposed, this wage
She
scale.
was gonna be that part-time, fill that part-time position initially.
And that part-time position was at $16 an hour?
$17.
$17, okay.
So she should
And
be
that's
getting.
going off an old sheet. When I first started the job, I was handed this sheet that went to, I think, 2022. And so I just calculated 25 cents for
So it
that.
shows,
So you're saying in 2025 it should be 17?
Yes.
Okay.
so she should be getting 17 right now.
But I think, did you say she is getting 17?
No, she's getting 16 because I went, or actually Donna went, she looked up what interns were scheduled to be paid in the minutes from our last intern. It was $16 an hour.
But that was in 2021.
That was in
22.
23.
Are you talking about the general office help? The one that you copied, or no? Because that says, it says intern staffing, $16 an hour in
Yes,
2022.
right, yes, that's the one. Was it
Okay.
22 or 23?
It says October of 2022.
Okay. Oh, yeah, here. So that's the rate we set for an intern back then. Oh, and
They should have-
here's that chart that I got, and you can see where I calculated. I just kind of,
What is that, at what kind of, in 1% increase over, since 2020, 2%, isn't it? What does that come out to be? Not even 2%.
remember, this is an intern position.
Probably 1.5%, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
7.5%.
1.5,
Oh.
ballpark per year.
So,
What it looks like.
I guess I'm still a little bit confused, so she's not getting the 17 where
She's
she
getting-
should be at 17.
She's
Right,
getting,
she's getting 16, correct.
yes, because she didn't get hired for that part-time position. She got
I mean,
hired.
as I say, if we still had it on our pay scale from 2021 at 16, I mean, like you said, if that 1% raise over the period of 4 years, it would be 17 an hour. I mean-
You know, she was, it was agreed upon at 16, so if you're going from 16 to 17, it's more than that, right?
And why
It's
is it
more than a
even-
1% raise.
Oh, yeah. The
Then-
25 cents is about 1.5%.
Right.
So
So
you're
I
looking
think
at
that's-
6%, 7% by the time you do that 4
Right, I don't think you
times.
can go back to like 2022 and do it that way.
I don't remember when we hired in, I look at the minutes here and there's no hourly rate on there.
I know, I don't,
When,
I thought it was stated what she was going to be making an
no,
hour.
it was not.
but-
We went back and looked, and it's at 1 hour and 38 minutes if anybody wants to go back and see.
What did it say?
It did not specify an amount, just that she was going to be an intern. It's here.
So why would you do this scale here, to up to 2025 at $17 an hour?
I'm just showing you, Mike, that I told you that's the scale that they gave me, that I was given when we started to keep an employee packet, but you can see, this was the old board put this together. So
So that was a
just-
part-time position, this is an
Yes.
intern position.
Yeah.
This is something new. But I guess you would follow that if you had people doing measuring, would they be considered interns as well, and that pays?
That's how we always,
Right.
yeah.
So
So
then it
it
would
wasn't,
follow.
yeah, if it's not reflected in our minutes, we didn't discuss it as far as an hourly rate, and we have in 2021, $16 an hour. At 25 cents an hour, at 1.5% raise per year, it would be looking at $17 an hour. I think only by our own guidelines and what we have here in front of us from 2021, I think $17 an hour, which is a $1 raise over a 4-year period, is not unacceptable. And I think, again, and we don't have it in our minutes, and it's not during the discussion, if we're doing something wrong, I think shame on us, but that's where we should be at. I think she should be getting $17 an hour. Not only that, I think that she should probably get retroactive pay back to when she started for every hour that she worked because of that.
Well, I'd like to see, go back and look in the, did you look in the packet to see what was provided to the board when they were creating this position? Because I think Frank had it all kind of worked out. I don't recall, I don't know that we would have approved something with, how did we know to say 16? Something must have been provided to us, is all I'm
Well, maybe
saying.
we went off the pay scale, but I didn't know that this, I don't know if we even, any of us, maybe didn't realize it was from 2021.
Right.
You know, I mean, we know the rate of
But
inflation.
this is different, Mike. This is for a part-time person.
I know, but it's like, what do we have to go on an intern? We don't. I mean, you want to
We
make a
do,
new
because
sheet
we
up for an
paid-
intern?
We set this pay for our intern in 2022, October of 2022.
You said it for the assessing people, or the general
We
office
had
as
one in our
well.
office, yeah.
Right, but I think it's also for measuring and.
Yes.
the. Let me see if there's anything in the packet.
We set it in when, 2022?
See the board practice. There.
It's on the back side of that sheet, I think.
Is it cut off again?
No, turn it over. I think it's the backside. Toward the
Right near
bottom.
the bottom, 7B.
It's cut off.
General office help. Tyler.
So it was $16 and, well, that should, yeah, so that was back in 2022. Where's the raise since then calculated? At $16 an hour. What did we change it all
We
since?
haven't had an intern since then, so. What?
She worked for Treasury as an intern.
Oh, right.
Who?
She,
I thought she worked for Treasury as
Yeah.
an intern.
Who?
forgot about that. Robin did. She started with in the treasurer's office as an intern
Right.
at 16.
So that was in 2022. So Dave, you're fast. What's the math on it from $16 in 2022 to current, which should be the
Oh,
1.5%?
if we were doing a quarter a year like this, it would be at 1675 right now, is that what we're talking about?
We're at 1.5%, it's the same thing.
It would be, that would be basically the same thing, about
Teresa's her
1.5%.
calculator up.
We're just looking at 1675, is it? We should have.
I don't see anything.
Okay.
So are you proposing an increase to 17?
I mean, that's like, because the beginning, that's over, beginning of year 1 on part-time help is at beginning, at year 5, they would be at 21. So, I mean, obviously, that's way.
No, Mike,
we're not.
no, you don't calculate it intern the way you do it.
What's it say
Like
down here,
part-time.
beginning of year 5, what does that mean?
Mike, you gotta ignore that altogether. This is for a part-time employee. That's why I put that in there to explain
Well, we
the,
can't compare the intern to the part-time, is what I'm saying, because the part-time employee would be making a lot more.
So this started because Donna didn't know where we got this information from, or how she should be proceeding, is that?
well, she just followed through. She was already getting paid. And then
Right.
she went to this and saw intern and found the intern amount, so just being consistent.
What do you plan, is there a motion you're looking to make here? I mean, I'll make a motion right now to increase her pay to minimum of $16.75 an hour.
16, right? For 16.
Is that why this is on the agenda, so we can adjust her pay?
Yeah, she had a question
Okay.
about it, so.
I'll support.
She just wanted clarification.
I'll support Mike's motion.
What was your motion again, Mike? I'm sorry.
I was saying, if she should be at $16.75, if we made some kind of adjustment over the period of 4 years, like David had figured out at $16.75, where she should be at right now. I think we move her from $16 to $16.75. And I think that she should get that 75 cents retroactive to when we approved her. That's my opinion.
So you're saying back to this,
I don't know if I
Date of
agree with the
this-
retroactive, only because I think when that motion was made,
When was the
we must
minutes?
have agreed upon $16.
What?
I don't think it would have been an
We don't have-
arbitrary.
The thing is, it's not even in our minutes.
Yeah, the only thing I recall from our minutes is we were talking about part-time, but we changed it to an intern because of the applicant's age and the fact that she was still in school. So we changed it to an intern, but I don't recall anything about rates of pay
Right.
at that time. That I didn't know if there were, I was a co-op student, that
And
what
maybe
my
we
pay
did it
was
just based off
figured.
what was done in the past as far as the previous interns,
Yeah.
and that dollar amount of $16. I'm okay with the increase.
When was this motion done? I don't have a date on this, on this minute.
Which back in February, was it January?
February.
February of 2025.
So that was.
she's been interning for
How much does that come out?
not even a year.
How much does it come out? How many hours a week? Is that 15 hours a week?
24? 16.
well, it varies too, because she's, every week's different.
Approximately on an average. And we're talking like 7 months. Right?
You're gonna do from, 6 months, right?
It'd be roughly 384 hours, just ballpark, if it's 16 hours a week times 6 months. It'd be about 384 hours. Obviously, that's not exact if it varies.
I got 336, but you probably did different math.
I just did 16 times the weeks.
David, I don't think you heard my motion. I'll make the motion still to go retroactive. I mean, if it doesn't go, then we'll try another way, but I'll make a motion to change Ms. Casper's rate of pay from 16 to 16.75 and retroactive her payback to when she started, where technically it should been in.
So you're referring to starting in the building department at the time that she was working in the treasurer's office?
Yes,
Okay,
exactly, from this last motion we have.
I'd support that.
Is any other discussion? No? Can we get a roll call, please? Maxine?
Kraft,
No.
Sockowitz,
No.
Vincent,
Yes.
Philbrook.
Yes, the motion dies. Anybody want to entertain a second motion? On motion? Are we making on motion?
I'd make a motion to change her rate of pay to $16.50 an hour, not retroactive.
How did you get? You still, I mean, so we're trying to correct something that we did wrong, and here you are still wanting us to be wrong by a difference of a quarter an hour.
I don't know that we did anything wrong. There's no pay scale for an intern. I don't disagree with an increase, but I don't think we should be doing retroactive.
Well, we're gonna go off that scale that we did. If you wanna go off of 16, that scale on part-time, then you don't wanna go off of that. Her raises or she'd be at more than $16.50 an hour. That's for sure. But I think that we ought to bring it up to date, at least on the scale that you have created for the time, Susan, to bring her to 1675, I think would be.
I didn't create that scale, Mike, and that's,
I
we
can't
really
believe
should,
we're talking
we should really
quarter.
visit that because this is from the old board, and you can tell by the way it's,
Yeah, we're looking at 1.5% increase since 2020, or whatever, what was the year of that? Let's see. 16, since 2021. The current date of 2025 would be a 1.5% increase at the
1.5 per year, yeah.
1.5% per year. That'd be 1675 in order to keep up with our own schedule. Our own schedule, if it was a 4-year term, that person would be making 1975 and not 1675. And that would be for part-time. So, I don't know what you're trying to, I don't know why you just can't say 1675.
well, it didn't get a second, so.
$4 a week. What it comes out to be, technically, including taxes. Do we have a
So
second on
Susan's-
Susan's motion, 16.50 an hour? No second, so motion, the motion fails or dies.
Okay. So just leave it the way it is?
I'll make a motion to approve her rate scale at 1675 effective immediately, no retroactive pay.
Second.
Second by Dorothy. Is there any other discussion? We'll try a roll call, please, Roxanne.
Vincent,
Yes.
Sockowitz,
Yes.
Kraft,
Yes.
Philbrook.
Yes. Okay, motion carries. So 1675. Make sure that's noted in the minutes, please. All right, oh yeah. We're gonna go to our communications, because after this we go into closed sessions discussion on IFF contract and TPOAM contract. So, any communications? Dorothy, you want to start?
I wanted to let you know, I know we had talked before, if there was any overtime that was in a department that we were going to bring to the board. And I spoke with Amy, I should say the deputy clerk, coordinator, however we're going to say it. There was an election for Armada, and there was $342.63 that was between her and the general office person that helped her with the election. Anyway, that money is going to be reimbursed through Armada Schools, or Armada Township, I should say. So there was some overtime. You will see it reflected in the budget going forward, and we will get money reimbursed for that
The
time.
total of $342, is that what you're saying?
$342.63,
Thank you.
yes. I think that's it.
I don't have much in communications. I did want to talk about fire dispatch, but I think maybe we'll hold off on that because we're trying to resolve a few things. So until we get some factual information, clarification, I'm not gonna say much. We do have a holiday weekend coming up. Everybody have a safe and happy holiday. Come to Peach Festival, enjoy the parades and carnival and all the fun. And, see you next month. Susan?
Yeah, we have an election in November, and the applications will go out mid-September. I know November sounds like a long time away, but it's gonna creep up on us, so.
And so that will be the same situation where the school will be reimbursing the township for the costs of that, running that election.
Correct.
David?
No communications.
Chief?
Good.
Good?
Do you want to go through on this?
What is it?
That's the list of things. Do you want to talk about that during communications, the Callisto thing, or just to have this?
We do have a Callisto, David. I did have it, if we put on the agenda. Susan, why didn't you want it on the agenda?
Well, I didn't, you didn't tell me you wanted it on the agenda. I was going to put it on the agenda, but there are issues apparently with our tech company, and I didn't think we wanted to advertise that, so before you had a chance to talk to them, I didn't know if you talked to them, so that's why I suggested it could go,
Maybe next month, because we really didn't have a
And you
chance to
didn't
even
get a
look
chance
at
to look
this.
at it,
I didn't have a
yeah.
chance to look it over, so I don't know.
I just got
Don't have
this
any
report.
questions.
All right. Did we all get a copy of this?
We did.
Summary?
yeah, it was one of the things I set on the table afterward.
Oh, so it's buried in this pile somewhere? Okay. So that being said, I guess that we'll take maybe a 10-minute recess, and we're gonna go into closed session, but we'll come back and go into closed session then, but is any union able to sit in on closed session, or can they stay outside in case we have any discussion or any questions for them?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll take a 10-minute recess, and I thank everybody for coming out. make it in two motions because we have two contracts and then we got to do them separately.
Well, first we have to,
Go into
are we
closed
ready to go?
session.
She's gonna,
Back from recess.
yeah. Just come back. Okay.
Okay, welcome back, everybody. Do we need to speak at a time? It's 7:47. I'm going to make a motion that we're going to be moving into a closed session, negotiations discussion regarding our TPOAM contract under Section 81C of the Open Meetings Act. And we need to do two of them, I think. We need to do one motion for the fire and one motion for the
No, we're just
TPOAM.
making a motion to go into closed session, is all we
Right.
need right now.
I think we need two motions, okay. So one motion for discussion on regarding the TPOM contract and then the IFF 4076 union contract at 7:48 under Section 81C of the Open Meetings Act.
Support.
Support by Vincent. You all in favor?
No,
You have to do a roll call.
You have to do
Roll
roll
call.
call.
Right.
Going to closed session. Kraft,
Yes.
Philbrook,
Yes.
Sakowicz.
Yes.
Vincent.
Yes.
Set.
And we're ready.
Welcome back, everybody. We're going to go from closed session back into open session at 9:15 PM. You would take-
Yeah, I'm taking notes.
So we were in closed session and had discussion regarding IFF 4076 union contract and a TPO AM union contract. I think at this time, we're ready to,
Can I just, Dorothy, do you remember, do we have to take a motion, to go back into open session?
Yes.
I thought so.
oh, can we take a roll call?
Yeah.
So I need a motion to go back into open session at,
Second.
right,
9:16.
yeah. Second by Mr. Vincent. Can we get a roll call, Susan, please?
Sockowitz,
Yes.
Philbrook,
Yes.
Vincent?
Yes.
Kraft, yes.
Okay, we'll move on to item 8M, the IAFF Local 4076 union contract. We did go into closed session to discuss union contract. I'll make a motion to approve the Local 4076 contract for July 1st, 2025 through March 31st of 2028 with the added, we had one page that was added, right?
Yes, with the wages.
Is there anybody on the page number?
Page number 16 is,
16.
you're talking about the wages.
Yes.
With page 16 being replaced. That was also, that was given to us by the union, right?
Yeah, it was a rounding error in my program. I was off by $9 in your favor,
Okay.
so.
We get a second on the motion?
Second.
Second by Dorothy. Can we, if we have any, do we have any other discussion? Now, can we get a roll call, please?
Vincent,
Yes.
Philbrook,
Yes?
Sockowitz,
Yes.
and Kraft, yes.
Motion carries. There you go. Thanks, guys, for everything. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it. Move on to item 8N, the TPOAM union contract, which is our office staff. That stands for Technical Professionals Office, what's the A again?
Administrative.
Administrative. So there's been a lot of discussion regarding the TPOAM contract. At this point in time, what are the changes that we were discussing, so we can kind of recap a few of the things under some of the sections that we decide on. CPI was going to be good, we decided on that, I think. We want to make a motion, I want to make a motion to go ahead and approve the contract with some changes that we can do during discussion. Is that the proper way of doing it? We have a second
Try
on
as
discussion.
presented and see. Didn't we
And
decide?
then do the discussion.
Yeah, I would say just try as presented.
I'll make a motion to go ahead and approve the TPOM contract effective April 1st, 2025 to March 31st of 2030 as presented.
Support.
Support by Vincent. Is there any discussion? You know that there was discussion we had.
Is it, can we ask the union a question at this point?
Sure.
Okay. So we had a question about insurance being listed specifically in the contract.
Lisa, you want to come to the podium?
It specifies Blue Cross, Blue Shield. It's very specific about a plan. And we would like to insert the language "or equivalent." If either that plan isn't right, I can give you the exact
Yeah,
language.
show it.
Blue Cross Blue
I think it was
Shield.
worded the same as the fireman's contract, though.
You know, we didn't catch it there. That was,
End of the day, now, you guys are done, so.
Because I thought I looked at both of them, and I thought the wording was the same.
okay.
The issue is that Susan brought up, there's like 5 different types of Blue Cross, and if we switch one or something, we're not, it's our equivalent. As long as we maintain the coverage you got or better, that we have the ability. right now it specifically states one plan.
It states Blue Cross Blue Shield Flexible Blue 2 plan.
Okay.
And the only thing that we would like to do is add / or equivalent. So it's not going to change anything, but if the township was able to get insurance from a different carrier, the identical coverage.
And isn't theirs, does yours include?
I thought
hearing aids?
yours said the same thing, doesn't it?
Our contract has hearing aids.
Yeah.
It's in a separate,
Yeah, so
we
theirs is
have a separate-
different.
Yeah, we have a separate clause
Wow.
for that.
So, I mean, that was just the question that we had.
Okay. I would think so, but I don't think at this point I can change anything. I think that would be something that, because we
Okay.
already had an agreement before.
Sure.
I don't think it would be a problem, but I don't think
No,
I'm
I
at
know
liberty
you
to say
can't
that.
speak for everyone, but
Right.
okay.
Yep.
That was the only question I had.
Don't go far, I don't think. Don't go far. Can we approve it with the changes?
I don't know.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
If we say we're gonna we approve it with the changes, if we say, if the union, if she goes back to the union, it's agreed on it, the changes are made that we're asking for, it's approved, right? Because we're asking.
Well, now I don't know if are hearing aids completely separate?
They have a separate clause.
We have a separate clause.
We
and
do
it's
not have a
only
clause.
for the member, it is not for our spouse or family members. It is a separate hearing aid policy just due to the.
And there's a limit as far as for the length of the contract.
Correct.
Certain amount for the
Yeah,
whole
we actually
entire
just- In
contract.
this contract, we just got it raised because we didn't realize.
And we don't have that.
Absolutely skyrocketed in
Right.
price.
And they don't have it.
That's not in the TPOAM, it's
No.
only specific to the fire.
Correct.
And that's just, yes, the nature of our job.
But as far as the blue flex, I'm trying to look it up in your contract. I don't know if it's,
Our contract,
it says the same.
it is listed, it's the exact wording.
Is that a big issue then, do you think?
Well, if we did it in one.
The other question we had were the set hours. Remember
Well,
we
there's a
talked
big
about?
issue, if it's in one contract, is it a big issue to change it in this contract, or we leave it the way it
Yeah,
is?
I mean, if it's in the same in the other
Right,
contract,
I
I
don't have a-
can't see why we would ask to change it
It's
here.
not like we're trying
Yeah.
to change it. It was just giving you the option to
Yep.
look at something different.
What was the other one? What is the other issue?
The only other thing really was the standard work hours, whether that's worth, I don't have an issue with it at this point, to get this done, I don't have an issue with it.
That was the days of the week that were open?
Hours and days.
And the point being is in case they go to the 5-day work week. That's the reason for changes.
That was
Yeah,
the discussion.
That's what we
yes.
had talked about,
That was
yes.
the discussion of it, yeah.
I know we discussed it at the union. Maybe we can ask the union again, but I know we discussed it quite a bit, didn't we, David? At the
Yes.
Bargaining?
Yeah, and this is what we settled on, as a kind of a median.
I guess maybe if we even table it till Frank is available, just so he has input or
Well, Frank
questions.
wasn't part of negotiating anyways, it was David and I with the union, so he's basically getting the same thing you guys are
We have a
getting.
motion and a second, so.
So we have to at least act on that motion,
Yeah.
whatever we're going to do there.
You want to do a roll call?
I'm just looking at, how's, it seems like given the issue with the vacation time, we decided we're gonna leave it, they can use it for both ways, the same way the contract was before. Optical is just on your printing, the slanted writing, right? It's in the new,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, or equivalent, Blue Cross plan, CPI. Oh, we need to change 28.1 to 28.2. It's in
That's
there
a minor.
twice.
That's just, that's a clerical
Clerical.
error that won't be an issue to fix.
All right. I personally, we can split hairs, I think, but So we have a motion and a second. Can we get a roll call, please?
Vincent,
Yes.
Philbrook,
Yes,
Sockowitz,
Yes.
Kraft, no.
motion carries. You guys are all set also, so appreciate the time and everything you've done. So appreciate you staying.
Thank you guys.
Do.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, everybody.
Six.
I will second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thanks, everybody, for coming out. Appreciate it. Have a great holiday.
That's not-